If you've clicked on this video, you'll be interested to know what van upgrades to the motorhome I'm about to do. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to fit new side repeater indicators, which are the indicators on the mirrors. And I'm also going to show you a little trick of how to make this job a little bit easier without removing the mirror glass. Welcome to the workshop, and I'm going to show you now what we actually get in the box when we buy these side repeaters. Now the ones that are on the van at the moment are the clear ones, and these ones, if you can see that, are the black smoked ones, and they're also LED as well. So the reason this job came about was we were having a bit of a problem with one of the side indicators where it needed a replacement bulb, and I thought rather than messing about taking it out, find out what bulb it is, going downtown getting a bulb, I'll just get and treat ourselves to some LED ones. So let's have a look and see what you get in the box. So inside the box we get two of the smoked LED indicator repeaters, and they are sided as well. So just on the side of on the back side of the indicator lens, you'll see, if you can see it there, the camera will pick it up. We got an R for right, and then we get the other one with the L on it for left. And we've already fitted one of these, so I'm just going to show you what's left in the box for me to do and show you the trick that I found to make it a little bit easier. So we get the main indicator itself, and we also get a couple of small wires with what I presume are resistors on the ends of them, but they are so simple and straightforward to wire in. Out of the actual indicator lens itself, you've got two cables coming out. The first one that comes out of the center will plug straight into the actual van itself, and on this cable here, and you can't go wrong with it, it's a case of just putting these two wires onto this one. The first one that you put on is the one that has an extension piece on, and just by lining it up nice and careful so we don't bend any of the pins and we get it the right way around, you push that one on, and then another resistor goes in on the end. And you can see on the end, if the camera will pick it up, we've got this little tab on the end which clips onto the clip nice and gently until you feel it clip. Now we've got the indicator and we're ready to go and get this installed in the van. Okay, we pushed the mirror right the way back as far as we can, just so I can make it easy for the camera so you can see exactly what I'm going to do. Now this indicator lens on the side is held in by two screws which are just in there behind the glass. Now then, if I get you nice and close, you can probably see there is one just there. Might be a bit difficult to see in the light. And there's one a little bit lower down, and the glass is just getting in the way of you getting those two screws out. Now a lot of people will pop the glass off because they do just pop off. The problem is when you try and pop these off, sometimes you can actually break the glass itself, and it can be very difficult to pop them out without breaking it. Now we're just about to head away for Europe, but the last thing I want to do is break a mirror glass. So I'll show you the little trick. First thing you need to do, and I've already done this bit, is go in there in the van, put the ignition on, and just fold the mirror as far back in that direction as it'll go. And the trick is, if we literally just push the glass back with our fingers just lightly, we can then get to them screws to take out that indicator lens. So let's get these screws out. Okay, that's one screw out. Now be very careful with these, they're so small, these screws. So the last thing you want to do is drop one. I did that on the other side and they're an absolute nightmare to find. So as soon as you get them out, put them somewhere safe. I'll do that now, I'll stick it in my pocket. And it's the same with the bottom one. I'm just going to show you there, getting a bit closer. As soon as I've pushed that mirror glass in, you really can get to that screw now. So by pressing the glass back, we can get in there to that one. And there we go, that's the other screw out. Once we've got the screws out, there's nothing left retaining this plastic lens in, so we can literally just pull it out, and then from the back we can just twist and pull off the end, and there we have the bulb and the lens free. We can pull the bulb out we're not going to need that, so we'll keep that safe, put it in the lens. And now I'll show you exactly how to fit the smoked glass one. So here we have the smoked glass one, and we've already connected our wires onto the back, and we're actually left with that wire that comes out of the new one. These now don't do anything. This one plugs directly into where your bulb goes, so into that socket there. So instead of obviously the bulb, we're going to plug this one in, and that's what's going to light up this LED indicator. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do that right now. We're going to plug that in nice and carefully. Once we plug that in, we can push the wires back into there, fit that back into the back of the actual socket itself, into the light lens. And then with these bits here, the good thing about these Fiat Ducatos, the Citroen and the Peugeot, you've got a nice little cavity down there where the wire comes up for the indicator anyway, so we can just push these straight down in there. Once you've got the wires pushed in, it is just a case of the reverse of how you actually fitted it. So just on the back we've got two little lugs which we need to locate into the back of the mirror. So we just locate those first, and then we push the front in. Once we've got it located like that, all we got to do then is put the two screws back in. Simple. Okay, so the reverse of what we did before, we kept those screws nice and safe in my pocket, and we're just going to pop one of those. We'll do the lower one first, looks like the easier one. I think they always say you should start with the hardest one first, but there we go. We'll put that back in. There we go, that's that one in. We'll do the same again with the top one, and it's time to switch these on, see what they really look like. Okay, so it's a little bit fiddly pushing the glass back as well as getting the screws back in, but it is doable without you taking that lens out and risking breaking the glass. Last thing we need to do is just peel off the protective film, which just kept my mucky fingerprints off it. Now it's time to go and switch the van on and see what these things really look like. Okay, so we've not been sent these in any way for free. We've not been paid to do this review. This is something that we've paid for out of our own money. I just thought it was a perfect upgrade for the van. And I think we paid around about, I'd have to double check, something about £30–40 for the pair. And I'll try and leave a link in the description of where you can get some from, should you want them. But let's go and have a look and see what they look like. And there we go. That's much better than a flashing light. There we go, 2 LED lines. A nice smoke black colour, and there we have it. Instead of the clear white lenses, you can see the black smoke flashing bulb. So there you have it, and that's the easy way to do it, where you can literally just press the glass in instead of removing the glass. Nice and easy van upgrade, and makes a big difference.